Hi, I'm Mike Williamson. I work for Ryan Villopoto for Monster Energy Kawasaki. In my 10 years at Kawasaki, we've been running Boyesen products the whole time. It's one thing that stays consistent and has been a big help for us winning championships. Controlling the engine temperature is one of the key things we work on here at Kawasaki. You know, the 2 strokes, they ran a lot cooler. Now that we've gone to the 4 strokes, and the more horsepower you make, the hotter they want to run. So keeping the engine temp down is a big help for increasing horsepower and longevity. With the 4 strokes these days, making too much power and getting the temperature too hot, you'll tend to lose power maybe at the end of the moto or during the race, and you never get that back. In preseason testing, we spent a lot of time working with Boyesen and trying to keep the engine temp down, and consistent is the main thing. The Boyesen Supercooler has a bigger housing, larger impeller for more efficient cooling. The biggest obstacle for us outdoors is keeping the radiators free of mud, sand, debris, anything like that. We run same radiators, but we run Maxima Cool and All with an oil cooler also. But the most important part is the Boyesen Supercooler to keep everything flowing and moving all the time. It's been great over the years to work with the guys from Boyesen, because the worst nightmare as a mechanic is having an overheating engine and having to push it back and change an engine. It's my job to keep the bike running and the rider's job to win the race.
HFI represents Boyesen's holistic approach to increasing the fluid flow rates of your machine's cooling system. HFI forms the backbone of the Boyesen Supercooler advantage. It is motocross engineering at its finest, and essentially focused on correcting the inefficiency and production-based design limitations found in most stock water pump systems. What's the result of the HFI design process? Superior fluid flow rates, increased hydrodynamic cooling efficiency, and the pinnacle of bolt-on heat management performance that you can buy. Stock water pump interiors often exhibit square-edged internal channel surfaces and sharp-edged fluid inlet passages. These imperfections are most often the result of mass production tooling limitations and are the leading cause of most stock water pumps' inability to deliver enough coolant to your engine when it is raced hard or for long periods of time in hot and muddy conditions. This is where the Supercooler shines in comparison to your stock water pump system. The Supercooler's Optiform interior surfacing process eliminates all coolant flow pinch points, resulting in a hydrodynamically efficient interior that dramatically increases coolant flow efficiency and ultimately leads to increased fluid flow re-entry rates into your bike's engine. Stock water pump systems have relatively small intake passages. This ultimately reduces their overall coolant re-entry capacity and limits their internal cooling system fluid pressure. Internal fluid pressure is the most important element that affects how effective your cooling system is at heat dissipation. By using larger inlet openings, the Supercooler allows coolant to re-enter your engine faster and get to your expensive cylinder quicker, ultimately making more coolant available to absorb and remove heat. Less heat equals more horsepower at the end of the moto. The Supercooler's hydrodynamically optimized impeller increases overall coolant flow rates and virtually eliminates coolant cavitation when compared to stock water pump designs. The Supercooler's impeller is designed to be hydrodynamically efficient, meaning that it not only propels the cooling fluid into the engine without cavitation, but it demands less parasitic loss from the engine. These 2 factors allow your bike's engine to produce more horsepower, and most importantly, maintain that output throughout the long summer motos or in muddy conditions. Boyesen's patented ProFlow anti-cavitation impeller is one of the most beneficial performance advantages when comparing the Supercooler to stock water pump systems. The anti-cavitation performance of the ProFlow impeller increases overall coolant flow rates and increases your bike's ability to handle high heat dissipation. Crafted in response to the demands of racing, the Supercooler is the most hydrodynamically advanced bolt-on water pump cooling system, a system so good that numerous pro motocross teams rely on it to safeguard their quest for championships. The Boyesen Supercooler delivers superior engine heat management, the fastest coolant flow rates, and the most precise hydrodynamically optimized water pump technology currently available worldwide. Now, more than ever, the challenge of maintaining horsepower and of controlling internal temperatures are areas of engine setup that can be addressed by the amateur racing family, not just factory race teams. It's not a factory secret anymore. Be smart, run a Boyesen Supercooler. It is a true racing advantage.